Okay, let's punctuate over why here. This video is basically going to describe a more in-depth as to the Lion King 3 project that I have going, that I would want to make canon one day. Basically, I started thinking about this a couple years ago. I'm not exactly sure when, but after I saw The Lion King, like, I respected it as a great film like everybody else pretty much did, and so, like, that is an iconic moment of my childhood, something like that. But then when I saw the sequel, I was like, why did they let this piece of crap like go? This is the kind of crap that makes people think that the world is a horrible place, and it's like, oh my god, Disney Corporation is destroying good entertainment. Like direct to video. It's just one of those stupid direct to video sequels. But the one thing I did notice about it, well, it wasn't all bad, but it was stupid. We are one compared to what in the first film. That's stupid. Like you've heard that before with Romeo and Juliet. It was like a Romeo and Juliet ripoff. But there was something like again, there was something great about that film was the characters they introduced. And however, there were more problems. Like the plot holes. That was the biggest problem with the film. Besides that, the music was mostly stupid and the art was inconsistent. Like for example, anybody who knows Nuka, it's like he's gray one moment, he's dark another. Like ugh. But luckily I found somebody on DeviantArt and they like I read this thing and he managed to use a technique to find their colors, and thank God he did. It kind of clears up like some of the plot holes, like, and one of the biggest is well, we'll get to that later. So basically, the one of the biggest things I've been thinking about is the trio in the second film, and most of us would think this is the like the three characters. Like these are the Disney sequel characters that did not make us, want to pop our eyeballs out. I was like, they're so terrible. These were good characters, but they could have been in a better film. And that's basically one of the reasons I want to do this. I want to I just want to redeem the damage that whatever the second film did. The director, I mean, it's probably I don't know what happened. Like it was where a corporate decision or he was under pressure. Who knows? Who cares? The fact of the matter is, it was a bad film. I can't respect it. It was kind of memorable because there were some things that maybe they could have gone more deep depth into in depth, but it was still pretty horrible. A lot of people know that. Oh, and just for the sake of there being no war, like comment wars, please don't upload hateful comments and stuff like, "You're wrong. It was a good film. I liked it." Oh, okay, okay. I'm not trying to rain on your parade or anything. Getting back to what I was talking about, there were three characters, which a lot of us in the fan base in Lion King tend to love. Now the thing about me is, yeah, I don't have a heck of a lot of merchandise, but I can still consider myself a fan. Yeah, people got these radical theories. Like they just keep making up theories because we don't have a lot of stuff. It's the funny thing is they consider those fan theories. People consider opinions. I mean, there are just so many fan theories about this movie. It's like there's only one thing we can do about this, and I thought let's make another film, but let's make a good one, a memorable one, like something that feels like it's Lion King, like it's emotional, it's fun, it's beautiful. Like we need another one, and I thought, why can't I do it? I mean, it just feels like I kind of feel like I want to, but it feels like I should. It's just too good of an idea in my head. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track, but okay, so these three characters are there's Nuka, Vitani, and Kovu. Now we all know that Kovu's like the secondary protagonist. He falls in love with Simba's daughter, and well, basically, the thing of the matter is like how much that like the film didn't seem to just go in depth. Like Nala and Kiara, it's like, hey, they were mother-daughter. Wasn't there anything special between them? They didn't show anything like that. Was there anything special between her parents? How did she feel? Like, the kind of things you would expect to see in a Lion King movie that you didn't see in this one. It didn't go in depth into anything. It's like, it was just too brief, and the voice acting kind of sucked a bit, except for, like, the new characters, pretty much. Maybe. I don't know. And it was like, and the characters didn't act themselves. Simba was like he felt like a really bad. He felt like an a-hole in this one. I'm sorry. It was like, I don't want you dating my daughter. Like, okay, maybe not like that, but like it's like it's not really so much as how dads are, but it's like he's a bit of an ass, and an ass. Like I used to think that his character. I used to think his character was an ass in a sense, especially after watching the movie too. I didn't I didn't really care for it. But anyway, so that's one problem. We don't have all the emotional depth that the first film had. We don't have the beautiful, like the great music that made us want to sing over again. Some of you may have liked it a bit, but let's be honest, it pales in comparison to the first one. The first film is obviously superior, especially in terms of music, because the music just feels right. I was listening, like, you listen to some of the music and watch the film, like a dun dun dun, huh? Dun dun dun. It sounds as retarded as the U.S. version of so the Sonic CD soundtrack. You know, when they changed it in the U.S. version for some reason, I don't know why. It's like compare this, it's like dun 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 dun, dun like just these dun 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 to this dun 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 dun. It's just plain retarded. So that's one problem. That's another problem. And then this one other thing is like the character. It's the fact that these new characters they had introduced, we don't know where they came from. I mean, sure, you're not gonna see them because they were introduced in a sequel, and you just have to give a good explanation, and I guess it'll fine. But they didn't really explain too much. It's like, where did Zero come from? It's like, what's the deal with her kids? Where's their dad? It's the fact that they were originally because they were originally going to have to where Scar was Kobe was Scar's son, but they changed it because of incest. It kind of works better that he isn't because it would have been a dumb cliche. Like you don't you expect the villain to have a kid. Like you just expect it. Yeah, you don't do stuff that's that predictable. Otherwise, the film will kind of be a guaranteed a failure. Well, sometimes, like sometimes that's not really the case, but most of the time you can't you always expect them to have a son, and you don't want to be too predictable. So I think that works better. So I'm gonna just and basically like with Kovu, he's like I'm sorry, but for all intents and purposes, that's his mom. I know some people think that like he it's not really his mom, but I think that when they answered that Scar wasn't like Zero was just obsessively devoted, we just have to figure out how she got so devoted to that guy's ideals or whatever, and we need to like create a character for their dad, like create a dad character. I already did that, and they just gotta clear some things up, and this confusion will mostly be over. I guess some people just still complain about it. And anyways, I really am getting off track with like the three siblings. It's like these were cool characters. Like they were cool, and there wasn't an extreme amount of interaction with Kova and his brother and sister, but and it looked like Nuko would be the new Scar or something. But come on, let's be honest. He just looked menacing. I'm pretty. We all know there was like a lot of fans, like no fan, like they could relate to him because like he tried to please his mother and she didn't pay attention to like supposedly died. I don't want to. I want to keep it to where neither of them died because I want to. This is going to be a pretty interesting plot when I talk about it. But anyways, it's like, and you see how Kovu got all concerned, like you guys who watched the film, it's like, oh my god, like I gotta run over there and save him. If Nuka was really that bad of a guy, why would he bother? Like Kovu also defended Nuka from his mother's wrath when he was a kid. It's like, hey, it's not his fault, and he also tried to save him, but then she pushed him out of the way. I'm pretty sure there was a connection to them. Was probably, I mean, because that's his older brother, and then his sister and everything. Some people think she'd be the new Zero afterwards, like they take revenge, but come on, guys. Let's not be cliche about this. But anyways, so like you saw no real cool like no in-depth interaction between him and his brother and sister, and you could tell they have some kind of a bond. Like you have to assume a lot of things since the movie didn't do this for you. But like there were just so many things wrong with the second film. It's like I just no. And I only got about a minute left, but so basically, that's what I got to do. These three characters were promising. Like they had a good background. We could have used this. Like they could have used it and made something better, but it was kind of crappy. So that's one of the reasons I want to fix this. Make those three like you know how they always got famous trios like the three siblings from the Aristocrats, the Animaniac, like the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister, Rockman, Blues, and Roll. Okay, so you guys are probably gonna think, oh, you mean Mega Man, Proto Man, and Roll, but I'll rant about that kind of stuff later, or I'll just talk about it. Okay, part two of TLK3 explanation and comparison to TLK2 even more in the next video. This was Feng Shui Double Y saying over and out. I'll see you in the next video.